Students online, all of you all, very good morning, everyone. Very good morning. Welcome to today's class. I hope all of you are keeping fine, doing good. Okay. Everybody, we continue with our work from last week. We were in topic 13, part 3, and we have a little more to go. That is with regard to what? Encryption. We learned one type of encryption. There is still another type to be learned, which we will learn today. Okay. Right, guys, girls, before we go forward in topic 13, part 3, what we have learned so far is we spoke about how many organizations are turning to cloud storage. Agree, everyone? This is what we started part 3 with. How many organizations are turning towards cloud storage. In topic 12 and in topic 13, part 1, we spoke about the benefits of this cloud storage. We all are okay with that, right? Then, guys, underneath that, we spoke about ways of securing your data. And number 1, we spoke about something called encrypting your data. In a simple sentence, how would you define encryption? A simple sentence to define what encryption is all about, what would you say? Exactly, scrambling your stored data, not only stored data, even your data while being transmitted. Basically, scrambling your data into an unreadable format. That's what we mean by encryption. And it's one of the best methods to protecting your data, because when it comes to scrambling your data, the formula that is used is very, very difficult to figure out. Everybody okay with it? Which is why encryption becomes the best way to secure your data, because figuring out that formula is very, very difficult. It's a very complex mathematical formula. Everybody okay with this? Then, guys, we didn't go into too much of detail in encryption. We just spoke about one type only. Anyone remembers that type? We spoke about something called symmetric, right? Where the same formula is used to encrypt and decrypt. And we say it's not the best. There is something better than that. In symmetric, we use the same formula. I'm sorry. The same key is used to encrypt and the same key is used to decrypt that data. It's not the best. But in addition to that, there are other ways that you can also protect your data. For example, enabling passwords. Are we okay with that? Then, guys, we came directly into talking about database management systems. Underneath that, anyone remembers the meaning of authentication? So when you are logging in, it will say authenticating. And then it sends you in. What is that authenticating all about? Ensuring or checking? Okay, so it's basically checking if you are the right person, isn't it? Whether it's the right person that's logging into the system. Is it clear? Authenticating is basically checking whether it's the right person. Any online account, okay? Authentication will take place, checking your username, password. Sometimes username, password, and then something else also happens, which is sometimes they don't only believe your username and password. They also have a fear that somebody else could have figured out your password. Somebody else could have stolen your password. So they don't believe your password only. What do they do after that? OTP, meaning we call it two-factor authorization, right? Or multi-factor authorization, where they don't only believe your password. After your password, they might send you a code. Is it clear? They might ask you for your biometrics. Okay, guys. Then after authentication is done, we have something called authorization. What is authorization all about? After logging you in, we have something called authorization. What does authorization do? Do you have the authority to do such a thing? So what do you think authorization is all about? Usandu, all of you are with me? What would you say about authorization? Checking your role. Only role? So authorization is basically checking whether you have sufficient credentials or rights to carry out activities on the system. Is it clear? Okay, do you have sufficient rights to carry out various activities in an online database system? Okay, everybody. So in authorization, guys, we broke it down to two things. There is something called views and there is something called access. Anyone remembers the difference between the two? Views are all about what? Exactly. You only get to see what is relevant to you. That's what we call views. So, for example, when a student logs into the student information system, they would only see their marks. They don't go to see the whole class marks and the other class marks and all that they don't see. They only get to see their marks. They might get to see the class average, but they don't get to see the other students' marks. They only get to see their marks. This is an example of a view. Then what is the next one? Access would be what? Okay. So basically what you can do is what we call your access, isn't it? You had your views and you had your access. Then guys, we had other methods. Okay. Or we had another two words also, roles and privileges, isn't it? Roles is basically who you are, what designation has been given to you. You can be accountant, you can be chief information officer, you can be manager, you can be cashier, you can be a student, you can be a student counselor. A role is your designation. What you can do with your role, what were we calling that? We were calling that your privileges. What are you allowed to do because of the role that you have? Those are what we call privileges. So can you read? Can you read and write? Can you modify? Can you execute? Or are you denied access? Okay, those were your privileges. Okay. Then guys, girls, we also spoke about other methods of control. Anyone, can you give me two or three? You can look at your notes even and tell me other methods of control towards data in a database management system. What else did we have? We gave you all about 4 or 5. For example, we have a list where it mentions what users are allowed to access it. What were we calling that? We were calling that an access list. An access list basically mentions what users are allowed to access this database. What else do we have? Sorry? Row level security. Okay. Next, what do we have? If you have row level, you also have? I didn't hear you. Views. Okay. Anything else you can tell me, guys? Have a look at page number 8. Everybody, page 8, please. Hurry up, everybody. Come on soon. Page number 8. Here, access control is who is allowed to access your database. Row level security. Okay. Who is allowed to add new records. Okay. Then views. What can users see? Okay. You only allow them to see what is necessary for them to see. Then auditing. Like a CCTV camera, you record everything that happens in your database. Okay, it doesn't directly protect you, but if something were to go wrong, you go through your audit to figure out when the problem took place. Everybody okay with this? Right, can we then move on, guys? We spoke about encryption. We spoke about symmetric key encryption, where both sides use the same key. What was the biggest challenge in symmetric key encryption? Both sides use the same key. What was the bigger challenge? Not asking the key, passing the key, sending the key, right? Whatever key you and the receiver agree upon, how do you send it across to him? So I told you many online platforms, how do they send it across to you? They don't use the same network. They use a different network, like what? SMS, or they might email it, or they might call you. Is it clear? Or for example, certain banks, they give you a small gadget. Okay, have you guys seen this gadget? I should have taken this picture and kept it. Certain banks, guys. Oh, really? Now you are telling me. What was it called? It was called OTP token. Have you guys seen this app? We have an app also for it now. Some banks, guys, they give you a token like this. Inside this gadget, there is a collection of one-time passwords. So when you log into your banking account, they'll tell you you have to generate an OTP from this gadget. So there's a button here. You just press that button. It generates a password. Not a password. It generates a code. You have to enter that code. Everybody okay with this? How do they share the secret key with you? They give you a gadget like this. Have you guys heard about this? Google Authenticator app. You can use this also like a one-time password generator. You can connect your Facebook account to it, Instagram account to it. Many accounts you can connect to this app. So when you log into, let's say, Instagram on a new device, you need an OTP now. So where do you get the OTP from? From this app, Google Authenticator. Everybody okay with this? So there are different ways where the OTP is sent to you, the secret key is sent to you. Okay, right. Let's move away from here then. Now, guys, girls, everybody, can you come down to, do you all remember the benefits and limitations of symmetric? Can you all just quickly go through it, boys, everybody? Benefits and limitations of symmetric key encryption. I'll give you all a minute. Hurry up. Everybody, we are in topic 13, part 3, page number 10. Quickly go through the benefits, guys. Faster, less complex, works well on large amounts of data. Okay, but there are certain problems. How do we share the key? Okay, and it's not the best. It can still be what you call figured out. there is a possibility of the key being leaked. Guys, at the bottom of I'm sending it to you all. Everybody, when they SMS you an OTP at the bottom, what do they mention? Do not share it with anybody else. Okay, because this problem exists that certain users might share their OTP with other users. Okay, so they said do not share it. Right, then everybody, we are then going to move on to asymmetric encryption. Okay, something very similar but different as well. There are certain differences. Okay, so everybody, can you all take your writing books and draw a diagram that will make it easy for you all to remember how this works? So guys, girls, everybody, I'll take an example over here. We have two users. Okay. So for now, I'll talk in the form of human beings. Later on, we'll convert these humans into computers. Okay. So for example, guys, we have two users with us. So for example, we have Peter. We have asymmetric key encryption. Asymmetric key encryption. Everyone can see from there, no? Govindu can see from there. Okay, right. Students online will take two people. Later on, guys, I want you all to imagine these people as computers on a network. Okay, so we have two users over here. So for example, we have user number one, who is, we'll say Peter, and on the other end, we have another user. We'll call the other user John. Okay. And on the other end, we have John. Now, both these users, they want to communicate with each other in a confidential way. They do not want anybody in the middle to understand their conversations. Okay, we'll assume that they're sending letters to each other. They're sending letters to each other, and they have a fear that users in the middle might intercept these letters and read it. Okay, so they know very well symmetric key is not going to work for them. It's too vulnerable. So they have come up with a system called asymmetric. Now, before they start talking to each other, they both have two mathematical formulas with them. We don't say mathematical formulas. What do we call it? We call them keys, or you can call them passwords. We have two keys with us. Each user has. Okay. What are the two keys? So you can say Peter has his own public key. He has his own public key, and he has his own private key. Okay. Just like that, John also has his own public key and his own private key. Again, I'm reminding you all, when I say key, I'm talking about a formula. I'm talking about a very complex mathematical formula. Okay. So again, John also has his own public key, and John also has his own private key. Are we good? They both have their own keys. Now, an important note to note down, each user's public key and their private key are mathematically linked. There is some sort of a connection between the two. Are we okay with it? Each user's public key and private key have a connection with it. Okay, shall we put that note also down? Each user's public and private key have a connection with it. private keys are mathematically related or linked to each other. Are mathematically related to each other. Are we good here? Each user, so Peter's public and private key, there is some mathematical connection between the two. John's public and private key have some connection between the two. We don't know what the connection is, but there is a connection between the two formulas. Okay. Now, guys, girls, everybody, we'll say, for example, Peter wants to send data to John. We'll assume it's a one-way communication. To make it easy for us to understand, we'll assume it's a one-way communication. Who is sending letters to whom? Peter is sending data, sending a message to John. Are we okay with this? Right. So how does it work? So guys, can you all just note that down somewhere? Peter is messaging John. Can you guys note it down somewhere? Peter is messaging John. Peter is messaging John. Okay, right. Now, Peter and John session has initiated. Okay, I'll remember, guys, in AS level we learned session initiation protocol, SIP. Remember it. If you don't remember it, no problem. The session between the two are going to talk now. Session has been initiated. The moment the session is initiated, you know what happens? Peter is going to talk to John now. John will send his public key to Peter. Step number one, what happens? John, because Peter is sending data to John now, so John will tell, here is my public key. Step number one. So everybody, I'll do that now. Okay, I'll say, I'll draw an arrow. Step one, John sends his public key to Peter. Are we good? Then what does Peter do? Peter will encrypt his data using John's public key. Okay, step number two. Step two, Peter encrypts the data using what? Using Peter's public key. Then, guys, encrypted data is sent to Peter, to John. Encrypted data is sent to John. This is step number 3. Step number 4, guys, all can read, right? We'll assume it's a one-way communication. Peter is messaging John. So what happens? The moment the session is initiated, John sends his public key to Peter. Peter encrypts the data using, John encrypts the data. John encrypts the data. John encrypts the data using Peter's public key. Then the encrypted data is sent to John. Now, in order for John to decrypt this data, he has to use what? He has to use his public and private key. Everybody okay with this? Let me write it down and then explain it to you all. John decrypts the data. Guys, girls, I have messed this up. John sends his public key to Peter. Peter encrypts the data using John's public key. Using John's public key. Encrypted data is then sent to John. John decrypts the data. Decrypts the data using his public and private keys. Are we okay with this? Guys, girls, okay with this? John decrypts the data using his public and private keys. Okay? Can you all quickly put a note over here? The private keys are never shared with each other. John and Peter never share their private key John and Peter never share their private key. Now, guys, girls, everybody, what do y'all think about this system? Everybody? So, before the two talk, John is issuing his public key. Even if a hacker in the middle gets hold of this public key, can he decrypt the data? Why can't he decrypt the data? Because he doesn't have the private key here. Is it clear? So now everybody, shall we go the other way around? We'll say now John wants to message Peter. Again, one-way communication only. John wants to message Peter. What's going to happen? John, on this side, John wants to send a message to Peter. So what will happen? Peter will give his public key to John. John will encrypt the data using Peter's public key and then sends a message to Peter. In between, there is a hacker, there is an interceptor who gets hold of these data packets. Will he be able to understand the data? No, even though he knows the public key is available for everyone to see. In today's lesson, guys, I'll show you how server computers openly tell you their public key. But it's of no use because the hacker doesn't have what? It's of no use because the hacker wouldn't have the private key of Peter. You get it? Because in order to decrypt the data, that is going to Peter, the hacker needs what? He needs the public key and the private key. He doesn't have the private key. So there is no way he'll be able to decrypt the data. Everybody okay with this? Once Peter receives the data, how does Peter decrypt it? Using his public and private key. Now, guys, girls, right now the example I used was only one person talking. No, I told you, let's assume only John is messaging, or let's assume only Peter is messaging. Now imagine in real life, when you have many users talking to each other at the same time, how complex the process is going to be here. You guys get it? Right now, to explain it to you all, I said only one-side communication to make it easy for you all to understand. But imagine in real life, we don't have one-side communication, no? In real life, it's both sides, and sometimes you have multiple users, isn't it? Then just imagine how complex it's going to be. Okay, so when you're going to message, you need the receiver's public key. When that person is messaging you, they need your public key. Everyone okay with this?
Is it based on WhatsApp or which platform?
Any platform that uses now, WhatsApp uses what? End-to-end encryption. They are using asymmetric. WhatsApp uses asymmetric. Okay, but it happens very fast. Okay, but asymmetric, which one do you think is faster? Symmetric or asymmetric? Obviously, symmetric is a lot faster because same key. Asymmetric, you need to first generate two keys. You need to share the public key. Then when you receive the data, you need to decrypt it using the public key. So obviously, asymmetric is a bit slower. But would you notice that slowness? You wouldn't notice it because the amount of messages that you're dealing with is not that big. But think about a server computer. A server computer will feel that pinch. A server computer will feel that stress. But you guys, since the number of messages you're exchanging is significantly small, you wouldn't feel that delay. But a server which is transmitting data every second, so many volumes of data, it would feel that difference. Are we okay with this? So guys, asymmetric is a lot more secure than symmetric key encryption. Are we good? Everybody online? Okay. Can you all read the note now, word by word, and see if it matches with what I told you all? Everybody, word by word, can you all read the note? So guys, girls, over here, look here. You have two different keys, a public and a private key. Every user will have it. Okay. The public key is, like we say, public, it's public. Anybody who wants to talk to you will get it. Okay. Whether Keels wants to talk to you, Ikman wants to talk to you, whoever wants to talk to you, your web browser will give you their public key. Okay. Your web browser will give you them your public key. But it keeps the private key secret. So this means that even if somebody in between, a man in the middle, a hacker, interceptor, gets hold of the data packets, they are going to understand absolutely nothing because they do not have the private key as well to decrypt it. Are we good? Okay. So a symmetric key, a symmetric encryption solves the problem of securely sharing keys. Who had this problem? Symmetric key had a problem, right? How do we share the key with the other user? So all of them were using a different network, SMS, telephone call, OTP tokens, Google Authenticator, things like that. Okay. But sometimes you never get the SMS, isn't it? Sometimes that phone call never comes, isn't it? Okay. You have those problems. I had a friend, he was in Sri Lanka, but now he has migrated to Malaysia. Whenever he logs into his Sri Lanka bank account, the OTP doesn't come to his phone because he's not using a Sri Lankan SIM anymore. He's using a Malaysian SIM. Email appears sometimes at the end of 1 minute. At the end of 1 minute, he gets the email. By the time he opens the email and goes to enter, that OTP has expired. So he was having a tough time, with logging into his Sri Lankan bank account for Malaysia. Okay, because by the time the email comes, that 1 minute expiry time is over. Okay, so you have certain problems with it. Okay, read the last paragraph. It is often used for secure communication over the internet. All websites that offer a secure connection will be using a symmetric key encryption. I'll be showing it to you all today. Okay, right. Can you guys read the example now? Read the example I have given you all. I'm trying to find, guys, many of the websites are now secure. There are certain websites that were not secure, but they have now made it secure, because when a website is not secure, your web browser gives you a big warning. Okay, so when a website, sorry, not on the tab, they'll tell you as soon as the website loads, they'll tell you this website is not secure, your details could be stolen. Yeah, on the tab. And also as the website loads over here in this body area, it gives you a warning. So many websites go and get it secured. So I can't give you all real examples. Earlier there was a website called ProMate, the ProMate stationery shop. Their certificate had expired, but now they have renewed it. So now when I go to their website, it's now secure. Earlier it wasn't. There was another one called Gateway Furniture. They also, for some time, it was not secure.
So even some websites say that it's dangerous.
Yeah, they give you a big warning. So then users don't want to proceed. Even they have secured it now, because many websites don't keep it insecure for long, because it affects customers who come there. Okay, so shall we just ask ChatGPT? You all read it. I'll ask ChatGPT. Any examples of websites that do not have HTTPS? Let's see what it tells me. Can you guys read the example I have given you? When you visit a secure website like your bank, the website will send you its public key. So when you go on to Daraz, okay, what does Daraz do? You want to enter your delivery details. You want to enter your card details. What does Daraz do? Some of these website guys, better I first check it and then take you all there. Which government website? There are so many government websites. So which one? Never SL.
The one when you get the textbooks.
I'm not sure.
You can search it.
Here, one simple example I got from ChatGPT. Okay, this website, whatever, does not support a secure connection with HTTPS. Okay, it's not using public key, it's not using asymmetric key encryption. Now, this is all that they're saying. No, can you all see over here? It's saying not secure. Let me show it to you all. And sometimes they give you a warning that your credit card details, your personal details could be stolen. Here, your connection to this site is not secure. Anybody in the middle will be able to understand it. So be careful. If there are what do you call interceptors in the middle, you should not enter any sensitive information on this site. For example, your passwords, your delivery details, okay? Because it can be stolen by interceptors in the middle. Okay, right. Are we okay with that example, everyone? Okay. The website then uses its private key and public key to decrypt the information that you gave it. Okay. Yeah, so they are basically getting access to your personal information. They know where you, for example, if you give your credit card details, they now know, they know your credit card details now. Okay, right. Then guys, girls, everybody, we now know how symmetric works. We now know how asymmetric works. Now can we move down to another part? Can you guys come down to benefits first? Come down to benefits. The most obvious benefit is better security. Chances of your data being leaked, stolen, understood, extremely low. Okay. The private key is never shared. Only the public key is distributed. This makes it safer against key interceptions. Okay. Number two, guys, you can feel safe talking to strangers. Okay. You have heard about a website called Cyber Deals that has opened up. Okay. You have never shopped with Cyber Deals. You do not know them personally. But when you see that they are using asymmetric key encryption, you know at least your details will not be stolen by interceptors or by hackers. Okay. Enables secure connection between strangers. The third point, digital signature, I haven't taught it to you all yet. I will teach it to you all shortly. Okay, can you guys read that? Supports something called digital signatures. I'll tell you what that is in a little while's time. Okay. I'll tell you what this digital signature means in a little while's time. Then can you guys come down to limitations, slower performance, because two mathematically related keys have to be generated. Okay. More resources are utilized when it comes to asymmetric key encryption, requires more CPU and memory, which can be problematic for devices with limited processing power. Okay. And then it can be quite complex. Okay. You need to generate and store two mathematically related keys. And guys, are you only going to have one user? No, you're going to have millions of users on your server, isn't it? Okay, so for each user, you need to generate mathematically related keys, store them, you know, it's quite complex. Okay. Right. Then guys, girls, everybody, we now move on to under asymmetric key encryption. I'm going to tell you all how websites communicate with us. Everybody okay with this? So guys, girls, everybody, let's take an example of ikman.lk. So everyone look here. Let's take an example of ikman.lk. So when I come over here, guys, when I come to ikman.lk, as soon as his website loads up, or let's take Daraz. Daraz is a better example I can give you all. On Daraz, I will be sharing sensitive information. Like, for example, the items I'm buying, my username, my contact number, my password, my delivery details. Everybody okay with this? I will be sharing sensitive data with daras.lk. Agree with me? Daras tells me, everyone look here, when I zoom in here, what does Daras tell me? It tells me over here, your connection is secure. Who says your connection is secure? Let me click and see. It tells me your information, for example, your passwords, your credit card numbers are all private. What do you mean by private now? What do you mean by private? Encrypted. Go on. Nobody in the middle is going to understand it. Only the server, only Daras server is going to understand it. Ishan, all of you are with me? Okay, this is what we mean by private. If you want, can you see it's saying also that there is something called a valid certificate. Okay, let's click on this valid certificate and see what it says over here. It says over here, issued to whom? Issued by whom? Who gave this certificate to it? When is it valid? When does it expire? And then guys, girls, can you all see the public key? You can see over here, the public key is also here. Public key of what? Whose public key is this? Your public key or Daras's public key? This is Daras's public key. Everybody okay with this? Now guys, think about it like this. You do not personally know Daras now. When you get onto Daras, Daras is giving you a public key. How do you know that that public key actually belongs to Daras and it doesn't belong to somebody else? You have no way of verifying that, right? When you access Daras, Daras loads and then Daras says, you know what? You're going to give us sensitive data now. So here is our public key. How do you know that that public key actually belongs to Daras? A concern is there, right? I'm sure you never had that concern, but logically think and see it. Okay, you could get a public key from anybody. How do you know that this public key is actually from Daras server itself? Everybody okay with this? Which is why, guys, when it comes to websites, we have a third party getting involved. What do you mean by third party? Who is the first party? We, exactly. I am the first party. The second party is who? The company I'm talking to, which is Daras. In this particular scenario, Daras is the second party. And we have a third party who comes for security purposes to tell you, you know what? The connection between you, between the first party and second party is secure. Everybody okay with it? I'll ask you all one more question. When you carry out a payment on Daras, what do they normally tell you? They tell you redirecting you to what? Your third party payment gateway. Is it clear? Normally, Daras is only an e-commerce site. They do not know how to verify your card details and all that. So what do? They put you onto another party. There is a third party handling your payment details. So it might be Visa, it might be Amex, it might be MasterCard. Is it clear? There is another party handling your card details. Daras doesn't know how to handle your card details. They are an e-commerce store. You get it? So now when you go for payment, there is another party that will take over. Anyway, that's besides this topic. So everybody, guys, I'm sorry. Did you all understand so far what's happening here? When you access Daras, Ikman, Pizza Hut, any site where you will be submitting sensitive information, a third party gets involved, which we call a certificate authority. We have a third party getting involved, which we call a certificate authority. Another company that's going to tell us, you know what, this public key that's been given to you, it's actually coming from daras.com. Are we okay with this? Right. I want to ask you all one more question. Ikman.lk, daras.com, platinumacademy.lk. What do we call these names? Not URL. URL is the address now. Platinum.lk, daras.lk, Ikman.lk, pizzahut.lk, google.lk. What do we call these names? These names are our websites. Domain. Are we okay with that? Saif, are you with me? Okay. So are we okay with the word domain? Domain is basically the name of your website. Everybody okay with this? So basically, what does your certificate do? What does your digital certificate do? What does your certificate authority do? It will basically confirm and tell you that this public key actually belongs to this domain. Is it clear? You're accessing Daras now. The certificate authority will tell you the public key that you got. Yes, it belongs to the domain Daras. When you go to Ikman, what does it do? It tells you, yes, this public key that you got, it actually belongs to domain Ikman. Is it clear? Certificate authority is basically there to confirm, to tell you that the public key that you got and the domain that you just accessed, they are both the same party. They are both the same people. You get it? Are we okay with this? Right. Now, guys, girls, can you all read it now? Don't read everything, only the first paragraph, please. Is a system that uses a digital certificate. It's a certificate that you can only see on your computer, on your browser, to authenticate. You know what authenticate means, no? What do we tell you authenticate means? Ensuring the right person, okay? To ensure the right person, okay? To what do you call? To validate, to ensure it's the right person, to what do you call? Verify the identity of those involved in the communication process. Everybody okay with it? So that a trusted and secure connection can be established. Okay, read the next paragraph also now. It is used to add an additional layer of security when using asymmetric. Okay, everybody okay with this? Right, keep reading it now. I'll show you all, as you all read, I'll show it to you all. Read it below. The digital certificate is a digital document. It's a document you can only see it on your web browser. So everybody, shall I show it to you all? This is Daraza's digital certificate. Can you guys see? Certificate is valid. When I click, can you all see? The certificate opens up. These are the most important details you need to know. If you want more details, you can click on details and you can view them one by one. Serial number, all that comes over here.
So does an unsecure website have a certificate?
No, it will not have, of course. So if you come here, if you click over here, it says there is no certificate. Can you see? Nothing is there. Okay. I'll take another example. We'll go to Ikman. Ikman.lk. We'll also go to platinumacademy.lk. Platinum Academy. So when I come over here, can you see? Connection is secure. Connection is secure. Certificate is valid. Can you see? It is issued by WE1. Google Trust Services. This is issued by whom? This is issued by Global Sign, another certificate authority. Let's see what Platinum is using. Platinum is using, we are also using Google Trust Service. Are we okay with this? Trust Services, right?
So you have to pay Google to get the trust?
No, it's like this. Listen carefully. What do you call? Now you have platinum.lk, platinumacademy.lk. Can you store the website on your laptop? No, because your laptop is not. Why don't you store Platinum Academy on your own laptop? It's not exactly, it's not powerful enough. Your laptop can't handle many users viewing the website at the same time. And next, guys, is your laptop on 24/7? No, right? So typically, where do you go and put your website? On a server computer, on an extremely powerful server computer. Now, everybody, when you put your website files on a server, what do we call that feature? You have a server that is providing you space for you to store your website. What do we call? Hosting. Exactly. Everyone know that? We call that hosting. Is hosting free? Hosting is not free. They will charge you a monthly subscription. Everybody okay with it? Because your laptop is not powerful enough, you go and put it on a server. So you have various servers. You have HostGator, you have Bluehost, you have various hosting, you have various hosting companies that will allow you to store your website on their server. And they will provide you all the facilities so that other users can view your website. Okay. So what was your question again?
Google Trust Service.
So the host, the company that's hosting your website, you know what host means now? No, the company that's providing you space on their server to host your website, they will also offer you the option to get a digital certificate.
So you have to pay them.
You have to pay them a monthly subscription fee. Normally they don't, it's a small fee. They don't charge monthly, they charge yearly. You get it? They tell you we'll give you 25 GB of space, plus we give you something called SSL. You know what SSL means? Secure Shell. Secure Shell means what? You get a digital certificate. Digital certificate means what? You have a third party telling that your public key and your domain belong to the same person. You get it? So normally you have to pay for it. And normally, guys, this is beyond your topic. Normally, your digital certificate is provided along with the hosting space. You get it? You didn't get it. Everyone look here. Come here. We'll take a company that does hosting. We'll like Bluehost, for example. I'll take Bluehost pricing. Now, Bluehost, they'll offer you 25 GB of space, 100 GB of space. And one of their facilities is will also offer you SSL. You get it? Okay, I'll show it to you all. Look here. Everyone saw this? If you pay $3.99 per month, okay, the domain, we give it to you free for the first year. Ikman.lk, Platinum Academy, whatever your domain name is, it's free for the first year. What else do we give you? Free SSL. This digital certificate, that service also we provide it to you for free. You get it? Now, Joel, did I answer your question now? So you don't manually go and talk to Google and get the certificate. No, your host provider will get that for you. You get it? Okay? You all don't need to know that, but okay? Know that not for the exam, but okay? Who provides it and all that? Not important right now. Okay? Right. Can you guys keep reading it? The digital certificate is a digital document that is used to prove the identity of the owner of a public key. Understood that now? Basically, the digital certificate tells you what? This public key and this domain, they are both the same person. They belong to each other. Keep reading it. The certificates are issued by a trusted third party. These certificates come from a trusted organization. What do we call this organization? Your certificate authority. Okay, right. Keep reading it. Who will check the validity and trustworthiness of each website, of each entity here. Okay, and then issue the certificate as a proof of identity here. Okay, so everybody, if you're having your own website, you have created your own website, you want to make it secure. Secure means what? You want to tell users, I'm using asymmetric key encryption. So what should you do? You should apply for a digital certificate. When you apply for a digital certificate, what will the certificate authority do? It will check whether the public key that you're issuing and your domain are both the same. What do you call the public key actually belongs to this domain of yours. That's what it checks. Okay, right. Keep reading it. The certificate will contain certain information for your web browser to check. If you want, you can also check, but you normally don't care about it. As long as it says secure and the padlock is there, you will go ahead and do your shopping. Is it clear? You don't care, right? Have you guys ever clicked on the digital certificate? Never ever. As long as you see the padlock, you're happy here. Okay, right. Keep reading it. So what is inside your digital certificate? Number one, the most important thing is your public key. Otherwise, how is your web browser going to encrypt the data? If it doesn't give you a public key, how do you encrypt it? Okay, so everybody read it and then look at my screen. The certificate will provide you with the public key of whatever entity you're accessing, whether it's Ikman, Daraz, Platinum Academy, Pizza Hut, whatever entity you're accessing, their public key will be given to you by the digital certificate. Okay, so then your web browser will encrypt all data using this public key. Are we good? Right. Then guys, girls, number two, what would you see? The subject. What is the subject? This confirms the identity of the entity to which the public key belongs to. Everyone, shall I show you all the public key and subject? Look here, we'll come to Daraz. Everyone, this is your public key. Everyone saw the public key. This is your public key. And here, Daraz.com is what you know it, but it is registered under what? It is registered under Alibaba. Shall we have a look at Platinum? So Platinum organization name hasn't been given. We only have a common name, Platinum Academy.lk. Okay, so for some reason, organization name hasn't come. We'll see Ikman. Ikman also organization name hasn't been mentioned. I have to look into it. Normally, when you register a domain, you know what domain is? When you buy ikman.lk, that name, when you buy it, they will ask you for these details. Who does it belong to? What is the business registration number? They would ask you for all these details. Okay, without those details, you can't buy a domain. Okay, let's see, for example, Bluehost, do they have it? Connection is secure, certificate is valid, organization name is not mentioned, only the comma. So basically, this is the subject. Okay, right. Who are we talking about? Right. Next, what do we have? Okay. Number three, we have the issuer. This is the name of your third party. This is the name of your certificate authority. I showed you all a variety, right? Do you all need to by heart these names? No, these are brand names. So here we have Google Trust Service, WE1. Here we have also Google Trust Service. Here what do we have? Global Sign. These are certificate authorities. Okay, these are third-party organizations that will verify the identity of a website and its public key. Okay, Right. Next, what do we have? Validity period. Do we need to even read it? Validity period will basically tell you for how long is this certificate valid. Have you guys seen that? I showed it to you all here. Issued when, expiring when. Everyone saw this. This is your validity here. Okay, so generally it's only for 1 year if I'm not mistaken. 2025, 2025. This is a few months, no? This is also a few months only. I don't know why is that. This is also a few months. Okay. Right. Keep reading it. And finally, you will have the digital signature of the issuer. The issuer, the certificate authority, will have its own signature. Okay. Can you guys read that? This is a digital signature that verifies the certificate. Everyone okay with this? Now, for example, all of y'all think about this. When you graduate from university, the university will give you a graduation certificate. No, is it clear? The university will have their own signature on that certificate. Their way of identifying that certificate, whether it's genuine or fake. You get it? Just like that, your digital certificate authority will have its own signature. Are we all okay with this? Can you guys read it? And I think you can also find it here. Your digital certificate signature. Everyone saw this? It's a long hexadecimal serial number. Okay, this is what you call a digital signature. If you want more details, you can always come over here and go through them. So for example, certificate signature algorithm. Okay, something, I have no idea what this means, but you can see it over here. Okay. So various things are over here. Okay, everybody, are we okay with the certificate authority? A certificate authority basically exists to tell you what the public key and this domain are verified. This public key actually belongs to this domain that you're accessing. Are we okay with it? Okay, right. Can you guys read the next paragraph as well over there? Certificate-based encryption is an extension. Okay, certificate-based encryption is something a bit more of asymmetric key encryption, and it's pretty much the same. Okay, however, there are additional levels to add greater security while still maintaining system efficiency. Certificate-based encryption is commonly used by websites to protect customer data. We want the customer to know that their data is secure. Nobody in the middle is going to understand it. Are we all okay with this? If customers are saving their card details on our site, if customers are giving us their delivery details, they need to feel secure, right? They need to be able to trust us, right? Which is why we use what? Digital certificates to tell them, we get another organization to tell them we are trustable. Okay, keep reading it, guys. This is used by the secure socket layer, or you can say HTTPS. Websites that have a valid digital certificate on their URL bar, what will be there? HTTPS. What does HTTPS stand for? Hypertext Transfer Protocol Secure. It's secure. Nobody in the middle is going to understand the communication. Are we good? Okay.
There's some which is HTTP but without S.
Sorry?
There's some HTTP but without S.
Yes. Okay. Can everyone go through it, please? Okay. So for example, I have given you step by step what happens over here. Okay. So for example, let's say you go to a site like Amazon. Okay. It's a site where you will be submitting sensitive information. Okay. So what will happen? Your browser will tell Amazon, prove your identity to us. We want to know who you are. Okay. So what will happen? The site will send its digital certificate to your web browser. Everybody okay with it? The website Amazon server will send its digital certificate to your web browser. Your web browser will then check what? your web browser will check this digital certificate and it will go and check with the certificate authority. Is this a valid certificate? You get it? When you guys access platinumacademy.lk, your web browser, what does it do? It contacts Google Trust Services and asks, we have a certificate with this particular ID. Is it still valid? Is it true? The moment your certificate authority says, yes, it's a valid certificate, then your web browser will say, okay, you can now load. Everybody okay with this? Okay, that's what I have explained over there. Your web browser will then talk to the certificate authority and say, we got such a certificate from platinumacademy.lk. Is it valid? Is it true? Is it still correct? Okay, then when the certificate authority gives the nod saying, yes, it is true, then your web browser will allow the website to load. Okay, read the next part after. What happens? Once the site is confirmed as genuine, your browser creates a temporary secret key. Okay, your browser now creates a temporary secret key for communication to take place. The secret key is locked using the site's public key and then sent over. Everybody okay with this? When the website is about to be loaded, the client, what do? Your web browser generates a secret key and sends it to whom? Sends it to the server. How does it send it to the server? After encrypting it with the server's public key. Keep reading it, everybody. The site unlocks this key using its private key or using its public and private key. Now the two can securely talk to each other. Everybody okay with this? Can you guys now keep reading it? Now both the browser and the site have the same secret session key. Are we all okay with this? Keep reading it. They use symmetric key encryption to encrypt, decrypt all information exchanged like login details, payment info. Everything stays private. Okay. Even if someone intercepts it, they can't read it because they don't have the server's private key. They have the public key, but they don't have the server's private key to understand anything. Are we all okay with this? Sounds good? We'll be moving in 30 seconds. Can you guys just go through those 3 stages? Okay. Right. Everybody with that, can you come down to the benefits and limitations of certificate-based encryption? Okay, certificate-based encryption allows systems to securely exchange a unique session key. Okay, right. Because the session key encrypts data using symmetric key encryption algorithm, data transfer is generally faster and more efficient than if asymmetric encryption was used. Everyone okay with this? Okay, keep reading it. So in certificate-based encryption, everybody, in digital certificates, there is a mix of asymmetric and symmetric. There is a mix of both. Okay, guys, are we okay with that? In digital certificates, there is a mix of asymmetric and symmetric. Okay, right, keep reading it. So since there is a mix of both, it can handle large volumes of traffic without slowing down the network a lot. Okay. There are few minor limitations with certificate-based encryption, including the need to trust the certificate authority. Normally, we don't have problems with certificate authorities, but there is a possibility certificate authorities could also be fake sometimes. That possibility is there, but it's very rare. Okay. And that the certificate authority itself is trustworthy. It's an organization that can actually be trusted. Okay. However, the increased security provided by certificate-based encryption greatly outweighs the potential limitations. This trust issue that we have about whether the digital certificate is valid or not is not very common. It's very, very rare. Okay. Then guys, typically, where do we use certificate-based encryption? Can you all see the examples I have given you all below? So for secure sites where you will be submitting confidential data, delivery details, card details, for websites like that, you will be using certificate-based encryption. Okay. Then for email, we'll be using certificate-based encryption. Then for something called software signing, can you guys read that? Which verifies software authenticity of software to reduce the chances of potential malicious code. Everyone know this? Online applications, when you access online applications, they too will be using certificate-based encryption. Are we okay with this? Like Office 365, it's an online-based application. You're giving it full access to your device. Okay, so it will definitely be using certificate-based encryption. Also, VPN connections will be using certificate-based encryption. Everyone okay with this? These are examples of places that use certificate-based encryption. Are we good? Everybody? Sounds good? All right, guys, girls, I'm gonna move on to topic number 14. Did you all take topic 14 from me, everyone? Topic 14, part 1. I'll just introduce the topic. After the break, we'll do 10 minutes more, and then we'll go back to our past paper questions. Okay? Right. Guys, girls, all of y'all. So with that, we have now come to the end of topic 13, which means very safely, I can tell you everybody, next Thursday, we will be having a online quiz based on topic 13. Okay? Also, guys, girls, do you all know the dates of your first term exams? Didn't tell it to you all yet? I'll tell it to you all. It's in November. When exactly? I'll tell you now. So everybody, AS level, your exams are happening from 24th to 28th of November. Okay, which means topic 12 easily, topic 13 easily, topic 14 also easily. Topic 15, I don't think I'll be able to question you all on. Okay, how many topics do we have in Unit 3? We have 16 topics. Everybody okay with this? We have 16 topics in Unit 3. Okay, and Unit 4, we are pretty much done with Unit 4. Now we're going to do past paper questions only. So for Unit 4, I'm just going to pick one past paper, give you all that entire past paper. Is it clear? For Unit 3, I'll have to choose past paper questions so that topic 12, 13, and 14 will be questioned. Are we okay with this? Topic 15, I don't think I'll be able to fully complete it. Maybe a little bit I'll be able to do. Okay, right. So guys, what were the dates? 24th to 28th. Okay, keep that in mind. Okay. Right. Then guys, girls, everybody, shall we have a look at topic 14? If everyone can have a look there. Students online, can I collect this, please? Topic 14, please. Can you guys read the heading over there? Using IT systems in organizations. Guys, pretty much all organizations are using IT systems. Agree with me on that? Almost any business store that you walk into, at least minimum, the billing is happening on an IT system. Is it clear? Many organizations in some way or the other, even if their billing is not happening on an IT system, you will see their security system is an IT system. Isn't it? Okay, everyone, you all know what a system is. A system is what? A collection of components working together to achieve a common goal. Isn't it? You have a variety of small components that all work together to achieve one common goal. Okay, so guys, girls, you take any business in today's world, in some way or the other, it has an IT system involved in it. Are we, everybody okay with this? All right, now guys, girls, I need to open this up. Okay, so now what I want you all to read is, guys, this topic has a lot of explaining for me to do. And topic 14, part 1, I don't have any past paper questions. Hi-Fi, are you with me? Okay, I don't have any past paper questions to ask you all even in terms of part 1. Part 2, part 3, I have questions. But part 1, I don't have questions. Can you guys read this with me now? So everybody, let's get this sorted. Interesting chapter, but a lot of reading to be done here. Topic 14, part 1. I hope everybody has taken it. Right, let's get started. Everybody, topic 14, using IT systems in organizations. Right, guys, before I start talking to you all about it, can you all read this introduction first? Everybody read this introduction, and see if you all agree with it. Okay, it's heavily being used in retail sector, education sector, manufacturing, finance, transportation, safety, commerce. Various industries are now using IT systems. Whether you like it or not, we are all becoming a part of it. Okay, organizations rely on IT systems for managing various things: their production, their customers, their finances. Okay, keep reading it. Ongoing activities that happen on a daily basis, like risk management, changing your system, maintaining it, recovering after a disaster, are carried out by IT professionals. Okay, everybody. So we'll see how all this works. Right, everybody, can you all move down? So topic 14, part 1, we have only one objective. What's that objective? To understand the role of IT in organizations. Only one objective in this tutor. It's a very short tutor. Okay, can we guys move down now? Everybody move down. Read and see if you all agree with me. Only first paragraph, please. IT systems are indispensable. You know what that means, no? You can't get rid of these systems. You can't. In some way or the other, you need them. Everybody okay with it? No matter how many security problems, no matter how many bugs they bring, no matter how much they increase your electricity cost, no matter how complicated they are to install and implement and maintain, indispensable. You just can't get rid of them. In some way or the other, IT systems become a part of your company. Everybody okay with this? Okay, keep reading it. Whether it is monitoring and controlling a production process or providing workers with access to business critical information to help them do their job, IT systems are an essential tool, vital tool that all organizations must use to ensure that they remain effective. What does effective mean? You studied the whole night, you studied for 10 hours, but you didn't score for your exams. Can we say your studying was effective? Your studying was not effective. Okay, so what do you mean by effective? You are eating a lot of food, but you don't feel strong during the day. You feel sleepy. You feel you're just putting on weight. You're not getting any good out of your food. Why do you eat? Why do you fill yourself up? So that you have energy to live throughout the day, isn't it? But you're eating, but you don't feel energetic. You rather feel very lethargic. You feel sleepy. Can you call this effective eating? So what does effective mean? You're able to achieve your desired outcome. Everybody okay with this? When you can achieve exactly what you want, you can call it effective. Is it clear? You do certain things to achieve what you want, right? So when you achieve what you want, you can say it's effective. When you are not achieving what you want, it's simply not effective. Everybody okay with this? Sounds good? Okay, can we just put those in words over there? So IT systems are used to ensure that a business is effective. A business is able to achieve what they want. Okay? So what shall we say over here? Ability to achieve expected outcome. To achieve expected outcome. Previously at Platinum, for the part-time classes, guys, students would come, they would tell us their name. Then we would search for their name in a whole database. We would search for their name. If their name is not there, we would then tell them, okay, tell us your details. Boys are looking here. If the name is not there in our list, we would ask them for their name. We would put their personal details, and then we would register them, and then we would take attendance. Which is why it was taking a very long time to take student attendance. Because first we had to find that student's name in a whole Excel sheet. We had to find that name. And students, guys, sometimes students, they have multiple names. Today they come and say, what do you call? They come and say one name. Next week they come and say another name because they have 2-3 names. Or sometimes they tell us a name, but the way we spell it out is different. So we never find that name in the list. So attendance was taking a very long time. So then what did Platinum do? Platinum introduced a card system where you give us that card, we scan that card, and that card tells whether you are registered or not. That card tells us which class you belong to, and then we just have to tick whether you are present or not. You get it? Now we have found that attendance is happening slightly faster. So we can say it is somewhat effective. You get it? Effective basically means, are we achieving our desired outcome? Everybody okay with this? Right. Can you guys read the next one? Operational support. IT systems play a crucial, important role in supporting the day-to-day operations of an organization. You know what day-to-day operations are, right? things that happen on a daily basis. In every business, there are certain activities that daily happen the same way, isn't it? You take platinum on a daily basis, we have student attendance to take. Everybody okay with this? On a daily basis, we have what you call scheduling classes. We have that happening on a daily basis. Think about a supermarket. In a supermarket, billing of items happen on a daily basis. Is it clear? Opening the door for customers to enter happens on a daily basis. Restocking of products to shelves happens on a daily basis. Dealing with customer exchange happens on a daily basis. Okay, right. Can you guys keep reading it? They help, so IT systems help to ensure that the individual everyday tasks that have to be carried out by management, by employees, by clients or customers are completed effectively and without any issues. Okay, this is what we expect from IT systems. We expect IT systems to help us carry out day-to-day activities very smoothly without any issues. But that doesn't really happen, right? If you have an IT system, you will always have issues. Okay, unfortunately. Read the next one and then we'll take our break. Effective IT systems will support and improve, enhance means improve, these important tasks so that the main business needs are met. Okay, and operation goals such as these can be achieved. What are our operation goals, guys? We will talk about this after our break. Every business will want to achieve these goals, which we will talk in about 15 minutes, guys. At sharp 11 o'clock, we'll come back and talk about these. Okay. Okay, everybody, have a nice break. See you all in 15 minutes. Okay. Right, everybody, guys, girls, all of y'all. Let's continue from here. All right, everybody will be reading a little bit and then I'll be getting back to our past paper questions. Boys behind, read all of y'all, breaks over now. Come on, everyone, look over here. So companies want to achieve certain goals and IT systems are going to support them in achieving those goals. Can you guys see those goals? Goals number 1, improving efficiency and productivity. In simple words, what would you tell me? Efficiency is what? Doing more work with lesser effort, resources. Is it clear? Or producing more goods using minimal resources. Shall I put those words over there? Okay. You can say doing more work, or what do you call? Producing more goods with fewer resources. Okay. So how can IT, so using IT systems, we try and achieve this, where we can produce more goods with fewer resources. Okay, we'll see how it can be done. Improving decision making. Okay, making decisions quickly and making effective decisions. Decisions that actually help you achieve your targets. Is it clear? So IT systems can help you in making better decisions. Everybody okay with this? We learned in topic 12, right? Data insights, data manipulation. You use these tools to improve the decisions that you make. Read the next one. Improving communication and collaboration. Okay. IT systems can be used to improve the communication employees, customers, all stakeholders have and how they all work together. Okay. Reducing your costs and increasing your profits. Improving the way you deal with customers, the experience you give customers. Then ensuring security and compliance. You follow all rules and regulations set by various bodies. Everybody okay with this? Providing more goods with fewer resources. This is the meaning of efficiency. Okay. And then finally, you're going to use IT systems to improve your security and compliance. Okay. Right, guys, can you all read the last paragraph? To provide effective operational support that helps you achieve your desired outcomes, IT systems should be applied to many areas of a business. What are these areas we are going to talk about right now? Everybody okay with this? What are these areas that IT systems are going to be used in? Okay, we will not go through all these areas. We'll just go through a few of these areas before we go back to our essay type question. Guys, girls, before you all read them in detail, can you all first read the outlined ones? So we're going to see how IT can be used to automate processes in a company. Number one. Number two, we're going to learn how IT can be used for monitoring and maintenance purposes. Number three, we are going to learn how IT can be used for customer services. Okay. Number four, for data management and analysis. Then we are going to have a look at resource management, making use of the resources that you have in your company, your tools, your employees, your budget, your time, all that. How do we make use of it effectively? And do we have anything else? That's it. Then we move on to another part, which is collaboration. So shall we have a look at three things under operational support? Everybody? Under operational support, I'm going to look at three things. Okay. Can you guys come down to the first one? How can we use IT to automate tasks that are done repetitively? Are we okay with this? There are certain tasks where there is no thinking required. Can you guys think of any tasks where there isn't much thinking power required? It's the same thing happening again and again and again. Like what? Updates meaning? System updates are complex. You can program updates to take place automatically. Okay, I'm talking about business operations, things that happen on a daily basis. How can you can automate a meeting to start and end. What happens in the meeting you can't automate, right? You can create Zoom links. Now, for example, Platinum has done that now. Platinum for our part-time classes now, the meeting will automatically start at a certain time. We have programmed it. IT classes every Thursday start at 3 p.m. It automatically starts. Now we don't need somebody in the office to start the meeting. The meeting automatically starts. I'm talking about usual things. Think about a supermarket. What are the things that happen on a daily basis in a supermarket? Sorry, recording of stocks. Okay. So recording of stocks, you need to record how many pieces you have available, isn't it? This has been completely automated. As soon as you buy something, the stocks are updated. You don't have a person manually, changing the stock numbers. It automatically happens. What about opening the doors for customers to come in, closing the doors when they come in? What have they replaced it with? Automatic doors, right? Opening a door and closing a door, it was done by a person, but there's hardly any thinking involved in it. You open when there is a person, you close it when there is nobody. So what did we replace it with? We replaced that security guard with an automatic opening door. It opens when somebody is there, it closes when nobody is there. Anything else? Guys, girls, I think I have shown you all this video earlier also. What did Amazon do? Everybody, Amazon opens their first cashier-free grocery store. I have shown you all this, right? Okay. So I'll just quickly go through the video. So because when it comes to EPOS systems, it's pretty much the same every day. You bill items, charge customers how much they have to pay. So why use a human for a task that requires hardly any thinking power? Simple example of automation, okay? Where computers are used to automate this entire process. Can you all read automation now, everybody? Can you all read it to yourselves? Automating repetitive, simplistic, or laborious tasks allows an organization to free up employees so that they can be used for far more complicated work, far more strategic work that requires a lot of thinking, a lot of decisions to be made, or where a human being will be more appropriate. Tasks such as entering data into a computer, generating reports with the data that's already in a system, processing an order, basic customer service interactions, okay, are examples of where automating a process can be more efficient for both the organization and the customer. Think about downstairs, we have Sumana Desi. They could make the coffee and give you. But what are your problems if a human was making that coffee for you? Would it always be consistent? Answer is no. The making time would be longer. You need to pay somebody to make coffee. Is it clear? Okay, then you have to deal with the problem of resources being misused. Sugar might go missing, powder might go missing. Okay, you'll have all these problems. Okay, but when you have a machine doing it for you, it's a pretty simple formula. So much of water, so much of sugar, so much of powder, mix it, there's a formula. They have a machine that has that formula. It just makes it. How long does it take? 20 seconds, 30 seconds? It takes 20 to 30 seconds to make a cup of coffee for you, and the cup is given to you. It always stays the same. The quantity is always the same. Everybody okay with this? It's much faster, much better, much more efficient to use a computer system to do it. Everybody okay with this? And instead use that person to deal with something much more complex. Okay, right. Now guys, we have to go back to our past paper questions. Everybody, I'm going to be stopping here. So I'll put a line. We stopped here. What was the day today? 2nd October. Everybody, please remember next week, 20-minute quiz for topic 13. Okay, next week you will have a 20-minute quiz, 50 questions, 20 minutes. Okay, I brought down the time a lot because I noticed the time was way too much for you all. Okay, so we're going to bring it down to 20 minutes, 50 questions. Right, everybody keep that in mind. Next week we will do that. Can we move on to topic 13, part 3 or part 2? I'll tell you the exact number. Topic 13, part 2, question 5. Topic 13, part 2, question 5. Can we have a look at that question? It's a massive question, as I remember. Topic 13, question 5. Yes, everybody can have a look over here. The conference, everybody, topic 13, part 2, question 5. The conference center's hotel allows guests to access movies, sports, and their accounts using the TV and remote control in their rooms. Everybody understood that? How do you interact with this system? You have a TV screen to look at and you have a remote controller. Figure 3 shows the design for 3 of the required screens. So this is the first screen that you see. It has a welcome screen. It uses a 3-dimension font, a 3D font, and the color is red. And then you have 3 options over here: movies, sports, account. Then there is an arrow over here that says make a choice. Background color is red and the text color is green. Then guys, if you go to the previous screen, the next screen has 3 buttons over here: this stay history, loyalty scheme. Clicking on this button will take you where? Will take you back to this screen. Okay. Then we have another button here where you can find we have another screen over here where you can find a movie. So you type in the movie names. You can choose your characters from over here. You have a next button and you have a backspace button. Did you all understand the question? You all didn't understand the question. Read the question again. We are talking about a hotel that allows customers to access movies, sports, and their account using the TV and remote control. So when they switch on, guys, this is the screen that they see. This is one screen that they see where they can choose what do they want to view: movies, sports, or they want to view their account. Their account, yeah. So when they click on account, most probably they see something called this stay, details about this stay, details about their previous stays, and how many points they have earned. Loyalty scheme means points, no? And then, for example, if they choose the movie button, if they click on movies, what do they see? You can type the name of your movie by choosing the characters from the given keyboard over here. Are we all okay with this, guys? Have you all seen a TV remote? It doesn't have all the keys now. You have to choose the keys now from the display. Are we all okay with this? Okay, right. This is what you see on your, these are the 3 screens. Evaluate. You know what evaluate means, no? Go through it, judge it, and tell us the benefits, the drawbacks, all that. Evaluate the designs with respect to 4 rules of interface design. What are the 4 rules? Strive for consistency. Always look the same. Easy to learn. Seek universal usability. What does universal usability mean? Anybody will be able to use this system. Is it clear? Whether you're disabled, not disabled, visually impaired, whatever it is, you will be able to use this system. Offer informative feedback. You know what this means now? Tell the user what's going on. Okay? And permit easy reversal of action. You know what easy reversal means? Make it easy for them to undo whatever they did. These are the 4 rules. So guys, can you evaluate the above design to see if it follows these 4 rules? Everybody, yes. Shall we do that now? So let's get started. Everybody, normally we should do a mind map, but I'm a bit lazy. I'm going to get started straight away. Shall we start off with rule number 1? Strive for consistency. Has consistency been maintained across the system? What makes you say no? The fonts are not the same. I also agree with him. Okay, next. There is no back button. Okay, so the fonts is a problem. No back button. Anything else? How about background colors? How about text colors always the same? Countdown you need only for this screen now. You don't need for the other two screens now. So what? Countdown is okay here. I'm talking about, is it the same across all the screens? Where? Exactly. Anything else? Is it enough? So can we then come to a conclusion that consistency is not maintained here? Okay, right. In terms of rule 1, everybody, in terms of rule 1, which is strive for consistency, strive for consistency. In terms of rule 1, strive for consistency. All three screens are using different font types, colors, and sizes also. Here it is 3-dimension red color. Here it is green color. Here it is plain green. Okay, so we can say all three screens are using different font types or font styles and colors. All three screens are using different font styles and colors. If you want, you can give examples. Okay, shall we give examples? You can say the first screen. Okay, next, what did we talk about? You spoke about the buttons, right? We can talk about the buttons next. Okay, you can say screen 2 has a back button, while screen 3 does not offer a back button. Or you can, sorry? I didn't get you. Which is? Yeah, we can also bring it under that. Okay, here also we can talk about consistency. You can say a back button exists on the account screen but does not exist on the choose a movie screen. Okay, a back button exists on the account screen but does not exist on the choose a movie screen. Anything else that you would like to talk about in terms of consistency? We can also talk about, give me a second. How about the layouts, isn't it? Here it is left to right. Here it is top to bottom. Here it is again kind of a mix of both. Top to bottom, left to right, isn't it? Okay, so we can talk about the layout. Also, the layout being maintained is not the same. The layout of content is not the same across all three screens. For example, in the welcome screen, buttons are placed from left to right. For example, in the welcome screen, buttons are placed from left to right, while in the account screen, buttons are placed from top to bottom. So guys, what do you think? Consistency not maintained at all, right? Okay. So your conclusion can say, your conclusion for consistency, okay, it clearly seems rule 1 has not been followed. It clearly seems rule 1 has not been followed. Let's move on to rule number 2. Rule number 2. Moving on to rule 2. What is rule 2? Sorry? Seeking universal usability. Universal usability. What do you think? Moving on to rule 2, seeking universal usability. Do you think any user can use this? Why did you say no? Okay. The system, the shown system or the system does not offer options for users to change the font size and color according to their preference. Further, there doesn't seem to be any option for enabling a screen reader. You know what a screen reader is, right? Reads out the options on the screen. You don't see an option like that. Any option for enabling a screen reader, right? What else? The third screen, you can type a movie. Typically, what would you prefer to have there? Voice commands, right? Where you tell out the movie, isn't it? In screen 3, many users may have issues in typing out the name of a movie using the remote to select characters. Okay. In screen 3, many users may have issues in typing out the name of a movie using the remote to select characters. You know how annoying that is. Okay. So two things need to happen. Either allow voiceover or allow touch means you have to get up and come to the TV screen. No. What does Netflix and all have? As you type, auto suggestions. Okay. In screen 3, so about Netflix, what do they say? Netflix is like this. Netflix will, what do they say about Netflix? Yeah, we know exactly what you're looking for, but we don't have it. So they suggest exactly what you're looking for, but when you press yes, this is what I want. Sorry, we don't have it. In screen 3, many users may have issues in typing out the name of a movie using the remote to select characters. Okay. Either, what do you call, voice recognition should be provided or auto fill should be made possible. Okay. So you can say this system has not fulfilled rule 2. Okay, it doesn't have any universal usability. Rule 3 is what? Sorry? Offering informative feedback. Anything you can tell about this? In the movie screen, in the movie selection screen, in the movie selection screen, the user is clearly informed of how many characters are available for them to type in. Okay, that's a good thing. You all agree with me on that? On the movie screen, it tells you, right, how many characters are available for you to type in. Okay. Anything else? Offering where? Make a choice. Very nice. However, the symbol used there is a bit confusing, right? It's a back arrow, no? Okay, we'll talk about it. Also, in the welcome screen, the user is clearly informed to make a choice on the screen. However, the shape used can confuse the user. Anything else about informative feedback? Guys, for consistency, all didn't tell me no. Here welcomes, here the heading is here. Here the heading is here. Here the heading is here. We could have spoken about that for consistency. Anyway, consistency we said quite a lot. Informative feedback, nothing much, no? Anything else we can say?
So,
Huh? Okay, I'm just trying to see if there's any informative feedback. Okay, that's enough for informative feedback.
So the space bar is missing.
Anything that you, I think they just mentioned only a few characters here. Only a few characters they have mentioned. The characters will come.
Yeah, but the space bar is missing.
That's only the first 2 rows they have mentioned. The other rows they haven't mentioned it. It's going to be there. Anything that you would suggest for informative feedback that you would recommend that they do? Shall we say to give autofill, to provide autofill? What do you think?
The autofill is
Autofill, informative feedback. Anything else, guys, you all think in terms of informative feedback? Tell the user what's happening right now. Sorry? Typing a name. So what do you say to do there? They have told we have to type in the movie name. Okay. Further, the user has been clearly instructed on where to type in the movie name on the movie screen. I would recommend offering autofill to make it easier and quicker for the user to choose their required movie. So rule 3 has been somewhat fulfilled. Okay. Rule 3 has been fulfilled. Okay. However, rule 3 has been somewhat fulfilled with the need for a few more. Has been somewhat fulfilled. We'll stop with that. Has been somewhat fulfilled. And then rule number 4 was what? Enable easy reversal of actions for the user. Permit. Oh, time's up. Okay. Okay, guys, I'll stop at this point. I'll keep rule 4 for y'all, or we'll do it next week when we meet up. Okay?
So,
Yeah. If there's a little bit to take down, just take it down and go.
okay, scroll up to say go to.
Okay, everybody, until we meet again next week, then rule 4 hasn't been done. We'll try and do rule 4 next week. And then you also have your quiz. Okay, until we meet again next Thursday. Tomorrow again we meet. We continue with our 2020 practical paper tomorrow. Okay, unit 4 paper. Okay, guys, until we meet again, take care, stay safe. See you all tomorrow. Okay, bye-bye.